Christina. Sorry for the delay. I was really hoping to get this done earlier today, but then I ended up with a very early appointment out in Navarre at 8 a.m. So I had to hit the road early. But I'm back at my office and I've been able to work on this design for you. So the good news is I think I've improved the design quite a bit based on our discussion. I cleaned up the back end of the pool so we don't have the squiggly lines, multiple squiggly lines there. I reduced the amount of decking so that we're not going over where I believe the septic tank is right here. But of course, if we need to adjust this even more, that's fine. We can pull this decking in, maybe even tie into the patio and just cut this whole segment of decking out if we need to. But then I changed the pool as well. So what I did was I moved the spa to the opposite end, giving you a feature on both ends of the pool, keeping the spa still close to the house, right? So that you don't have to walk too far to get it. But now you can sit on the patio and you can see two water features. You can see the one running off the spa, and then you can see the water feature underneath the, we'll call it the grotto, even though it's kind of like a makeshift grotto, sort of. Also, because I changed the shape of the pool just slightly, just to clean up those squiggly lines, that resulted in a slightly bigger grotto. I did ask my boss about going higher than 3 feet, and he said no, he doesn't. He says it's not a good idea. The reason is then you're going to get into safety issues and then insurance issues and possibly needing railing. He says 3 feet is adequate. Going more than 3 feet would probably be problematic in the long run. And then if you see here, since the bench itself down here is 18 inches under the coping, then this wall is 3 feet tall. You have 4.5 feet basically for people to sit under there, which you can see the kids can easily fit under there. I know your daughters are a little bit older than these girls right there, but they can still probably stand for a while since it's 4.5 feet of height in there. But I wouldn't look at this as a grotto that you would want to stand in. It's more of a grotto to sit in, for the kids to play in. They have like this big, huge bench where they can kind of hide out in there and play with their toys. I made that really big with a lot of space in there. I also kind of redrew this whole thing to make the top of it thicker. So now this is actually, the top of this is actually 3.5 feet tall. From the decking of the pool itself. So you've got 3.5 feet of elevation there. Now on the back end, this is where I really made a lot of improvements. So I was looking for ways to free up some money, because obviously I want to save you as much money as possible, but also some of the money I freed up I put into this back end here so that you can actually have steps going up to this platform. So steps on each side. And I felt that was probably the safest way to do this, to keep them from trying to jump up there, but also gives you a consistent walkway all the way around. You can go up and then back down, and then, but I was still able to get this entire proposal less than what we were looking at yesterday. And so that's a great thing. The other thing I put in here is I put what's called pebble. I put pebble in here for the interior, but I put a color called white diamonds. And the reason I put white diamonds in there is because it is the lowest cost pebble that we have. I just wanted to show you what that pebble cost would look like in the pool itself, and then also on the proposal. But just know that we can go with a different color. It's just all the other colors are going to cost you probably another $2,000. Because there's a lot more pigment in those colors, and that kind of causes the price to go up a little bit. If we were to turn off the lights here, you can see that we have lots of illumination. You have one light in the spa, you have 2 lights in the pool. Does a great job at lighting up the pool. Now, one thing that I also took away is I took away the bubblers. And the reason I took away the bubblers is because if you're going to get an in-floor cleaning system, you don't need the bubblers to circulate water up there, because the in-floor cleaning system is going to circulate that water for you. So the only thing left for the bubblers to do is really just be kind of like a fun thing to look at and play with. I'm happy to put them back in if you want them, but just know that if we do an in-floor cleaner, which is what I would encourage you guys to do, you don't need the bubblers for the functional purpose of keeping the water circulating on that shallow tanning ledge, because it's just it's going to be all taken care of with the PB3 in-floor cleaner. All right, so what we have here is the newest design, and hopefully you love it. And you know, I'm going to give you the proposal, so I'm sending the proposal to you as well. But right now, just so you know, we are at I think 144. Hold on, let me get the total price. 145,930 is what we're at, which is still less. We were pushing 150 before, so this is a few $1,000s less than what we were looking at before. And you know, so I think we're still going to be around the same monthly fee, or just a little bit less than what we were looking at online. So yeah, I'll give you a call a little bit later to hear your thoughts on this, but I want to get you the video ahead of time so that you can let me know your thoughts when I give you a call. All right, I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Thanks.